Oh, that was pretty smooth.
Dude, I have a good feeling
smooth.
about this stream tonight.
Yeah.
I'm feeling good.
I'm feeling good too.
All the cares and troubles of the world are elsewhere.
Sort of.
We're in our box.
We're getting rid of the troubles and cares of the world.
We lit some sage.
We did.
Digital
Actually,
sage?
we sprayed some of that good new Bath and Body Works fall season sprays in this room.
God. The second Bath and Body Works comes out with the scents, we just like accumulate, absorb, and distribute.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I want to smell.
Yeah, I went in and I couldn't believe what I was seeing, and I started to. Okay, I will say right off the top,
Tell me.
Not a big fan of the collection this year.
Oh,
The two new,
hot
they have
takes.
hot take.
Come here for Bath and Body Works.
The
hot
4
takes.
new Halloween scents are not my favorite, but I do like the packaging. And also spiced. What was the one that we bought? Spiced pumpkin patchouli or something.
Okay.
Get it.
It's good.
It smells
it's really
so good.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's my hot take. That's my hot take.
Entertainment news.
Wait, do I have that?
It's the other button.
Oh.
Entertainment news.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly.
I know I'm supposed to hit them at the same
No,
time.
you don't have to. You can do.
okay.
You're liberated.
Gotcha.
So welcome everybody to another
God.
episode of Attack the Block Print Live.
Hi.
Really, what I should say is our fun little hang with all our friends here that we get together once a week, make some live artwork, we talk shit about all the fun news and stuff. This is basically what it would be like if you guys all just lived on our block and came over once a week to hang with us. That's what I always think about.
Yeah, that's scarily
That's it.
accurate.
Yeah, so it's really the same thing we would do if you were here in person, which is
Correct.
why I love it so much.
Yes. Ask
but-
our friends. This is all we do.
Yeah, yeah.
Just talk shit.
We've also, yeah, exactly. We'll talk a little bit more about what else we would do. We would play some video games. We would eat some snacks.
We would.
And that's something we could probably do on our Patreon, which we got to talk about tonight.
Ooh, yeah,
We're talking
got
about
some
the Patreon.
news.
Yeah, it's good news. And in addition to that, I'll be carving a brand new GAMERA block print.
Yes, show the
A block-
people.
Well, first,
Oh, you're just showing them camera?
Just to get them hyped and
Okay,
ready.
get them away from the camera so we can focus. This poor camera has no idea how to
It's
focus.
GamCam.
It's GamCam.
Camera.
Never mind. It doesn't
No.
want to focus.
What if I get
Yeah.
out of the frame completely and do
Yeah,
this?
there you go. There he is.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
no,
not
it
good.
still doesn't want to focus.
Anyway.
The camera keeps finding you,
Yeah.
even if you walk out of frame.
The camera's doing this.
It's like, where is he?
So we got live art going tonight. It's a GAMERA themed carving because you guys asked for it multiple times. So
Oh yeah, I was trolling the comments after last week's stream, and I kept seeing GAMERA pop up,
Yeah.
and I remember calling over to you, and I'm like, I think the people have spoken.
I love
I
GAMERA.
think. Do you also like turtles?
Yeah, I like turtles.
I like
I
turtles.
don't know if people know, but I do have.
Yes. You have a
it's
GAMERA
cover-up,
tattoo. It
but
is a
it's-
cover-up.
but it's still a GAMERA
It's
tattoo.
technically a blast over because
a blast over,
you
yeah.
didn't actually cover anything. You
I
can
know.
see the other tattoo through it. Yeesh.
But he's there with us.
no, but it's good.
always,
It's
in
good. It's a
spirit.
good one. Yeah.
So I love me some GAMERA. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Good to see a lot of familiar names tonight and some new ones
some
as
new
well.
ones.
Yes. If you're watching for the first time, let us know. Put a 1 in the chat if you're here for the first time. I see a good amount of the Toy Anxiety crew.
The toy tubers. I love that
see-
word.
I see our good friends Jacob Walsh.
Yeah.
Craig's here. I see Ryan Dole, who, by the way, Ryan Dole goes live just after this stream at 10 o'clock Eastern. Gotham City tonight.
Tonight. Okay. There
I
we
always forget if it's Gotham City Live or Gotham City Tonight. I think it's tonight. I think it's tonight. And
I think it's tonight.
Exactly.
Oh, speaking about Gotham news.
Gun show. It's like, yeah, right. The little water pistols.
Oh no!
He put gun
You have good arms. He works out.
Yeah, not enough. And
I
then
appreciate it. That's all that matters.
I can unscrew all the jars, no problem.
That is true.
We have our news segment as usual going to happen tonight, but we're going to spend a good amount of time talking about Ahsoka, and we have a really special guest lined up. Our friend Ralph will be joining us, Ralph Cirilla, and you might know him from Ralph's Geek Time or from the Howard Stern Show on Sirius XM, Howard 100. You know, I'm a giant Howard Stern fan. If you guys know me, you know that's like my number one fandom over Star Wars, over Godzilla, over everything.
Over everything.
It's the Stern Show.
He literally goes to sleep to it.
Yeah, it do. It's true.
It's like it's the
comforting.
one thing that brings him comfort in this world.
Since
is
I'm
listening
15.
to-
Since I'm 15, I'm
Which
listening.
is shocking because when I was that age,
Yeah.
I was not allowed to listen to Howard Stern.
I wasn't either, but it was on E late.
I was not allowed to watch
Yeah,
E.
that's what it was. We had our own TV in our bedroom.
I could only watch E if I went over to my best friend's house
my mom
and pretended to get my hair done and my eyebrows done.
My
at
mom
15.
started off anti-Howard.
Yes, that
And
is
she
true.
denies that. And I know
No,
she's in the
wait.
chat.
Tell them.
gonna tell
She
them.
is in the chat. Tell them what she did.
Yes.
Unforgivable. And no, I'm joking.
No, I love my mom. My mom is a huge Stern fan too. Which
She
is funny,
is.
but she didn't start off that way.
No, she did not.
She doesn't remember this, and she denies it. But I have a vivid memory of her calling our local rock station in the '90s when they first started syndicating Howard on locally, and just like letting them have it. Like, how dare you put this on? My kids are in the car. I get it. I do get it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, change the channel.
I mean, yeah, but like I think at that time, my parents
I
were.
love you, Mom.
I know.
Peace
We
and
love you,
love.
Sam.
By the way, my mom's
my
a
parents
huge
were the
fan.
same way though. They were like really. I mean, and my parents are not uptight people.
No.
But
Neither
they
is my
were.
mom.
They were in that era. They
Yeah.
were very uptight about like I couldn't watch MTV. I
Yeah.
couldn't listen to Marilyn Manson.
Oh,
I
yeah.
couldn't do anything. Like everything was forbidden. I
Yeah,
couldn't even
forbidden
watch
fruit.
VH1.
Oh, the
like
dark.
That's literally
dark
like the
secrets
easy
of
listening channel of the music video world, and they were like, nope, that's too much for you. I'm like, what?
Oh my
Anyway.
God. So yeah,
I still love my parents. Thank you, parents.
Yeah. And so, but yeah, my mom's a huge fan now. And so some of you remember I got a chance to do some artwork for Howard recently for his band Took Us. And Ralph and I have become friends over the last couple of years, and we catch up all the time talking about nerdy stuff, and we like vent about our nerd frustrations and joys. And so I told him, why don't you come on? We were talking about Ahsoka. Just come on and talk about it on the show. So he's going to join us in a little bit to talk
be
about
awesome.
it.
We
Yeah,
love
it's gonna be
Ralph.
fun. And Patreon is now going to go live, right? Is that what we're saying?
Do you want me to show the people?
Yeah, show it.
Okay.
Gabby's mostly in charge of this project.
Yes, it is.
Like,
it is.
you know the most about it.
By the
I
way,
know about it.
I'm moving on to showing them the GAMERA.
That's fine. That's fine.
Are you okay
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
that? Okay, so you guys will get
I'll
a
just do
two
this.
a
No,
two
no,
for
I'll do
one.
this. I'll do
Oh,
this.
okay, never
It's
mind.
tough.
Sorry, Peter took it
Focus.
away from you.
So I
Sorry.
can focus, yeah.
Okay, there you go. So this is our Patreon. God, that banner is so ridiculous. My hands look so huge. Anyway, I do have big hands. This is our Patreon. It is very like low key right now because we've just put it together. But this is the page that you will see in a few moments when I make it go live. Right now we only have one tier for the monthly membership, and that's the Ink Drop membership, which is $5 a month. And it comes with the following. We are every month going to do a giveaway. A giveaway stream. Yeah, well, we're going to be doing a giveaway that will be hosted on the stream.
Right.
It will be a private stream for Patreon members only. During that stream, we will be giving away prints. In the future, we plan
the prints that I'm making on the show.
Correct. We are planning to give away other things during the stream in the future, but for right now, it's just going to be the prints that you've been seeing Peter carve on the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So if you're watching the YouTube channel and you want to get access to win one of those prints, then you want to join the Patreon.
Yeah.
We are also going to have exclusive bonus content. So right now the plan is twice a month on Sundays.
Sunday
we are
night.
going to host a watch along party.
Sunday night live.
Yeah, not too late on Sunday because I have school on Monday.
Yeah.
But we will
Sunday
evening.
Sunday evening.
Like
Like
early
7.
evening. Yeah, like
7
right
p.m.
around dinner time.
Yeah.
For us.
Yeah.
Dinner time for us.
Yeah.
A little earlier for our West Coast friends.
Yeah,
But
we're gonna have watch parties. We'll be watching some fun, scary movies, and I think we've figured out the logistics that you don't have to have the movie and sync it up with us.
No, you'll just watch it
because-
off of our stream.
Yeah, because we're gonna have it behind the Patreon wall. It's not
Exactly.
gonna go live and get us in trouble.
Right. So we'll be doing watch-alongs. We'll be doing play with us, or let's play. Play with us. My God. It's late in the day. I've done a lot today. Let's plays, where we'll be streaming video game content. I really want to do Dead by Daylight and have you guys watch us. Either watch Peter play Dead by Daylight, which is hilarious.
We can play video games,
or
scary
something else.
stuff. It'll just be fun.
Yeah,
because
it'll be fun. And then we also plan to have a Patreon exclusive store. So this store will only be available to our Patreon members. They will be the only ones with access to whatever it is that we put up for sale there.
I won't even necessarily be promoting the
No.
store outside of or the items in the
No,
store.
you will have to be part of the Patreon to know what's in that
Yeah,
store
there's-
and to access the link to that store.
Yes.
So it is very exclusive. And for just $5 a month, you have access to
Yes.
it. So that's what we're starting with.
Yeah.
We have a little welcome
blocks,
video in here if you want to watch that. And
yeah, it's good
there's
video.
already a poll that's going to be put up on as soon as I hit publish that will ask you what kind of merch you want to see in the future, so you can help us choose what merch to go in the shop. So yeah, that's about it. I think I covered all of it, right?
Yeah, I'll also be putting up something there where you can formally request what I do on the streams, like what I make on the streams, and the carvings that people have been asking. I've decided I'm not going to give away the carvings like that. It doesn't really make sense for me to do it that way. I think what I'm going to do instead is intermittently put the carvings up for sale in the Patreon store, but they're one-offs.
Yeah.
And if you get the carving, you also get one copy of the print.
Correct.
So that's going to be something that I do only in the Patreon store. Not all at once. I'll put them up from time to time, and we will give heads up in the Patreon that, hey, we're going to put this in the store X night. Usually, I'm assuming we'll tie it into our lives.
Yeah, we can.
So it's all the same thing is happening at the same
Yeah.
time. Yeah. Okay. So we'll get more. It's like a soft launch right now. You won't see me promoting my Patreon anywhere online right now.
No, we are going to put up the link here in the
Yes.
chat and pin it there so you guys can have access to it throughout the evening while
Yes.
we're streaming. And then we will publish it eventually to socials.
Now, the first Sunday night.
Yes.
Are we doing it this Sunday? We said yeah, right? Internally.
Yeah, we can do it this Sunday.
So the first will be this Sunday, and I will be doing a special giveaway on Sunday as well. I'm not going to say what it is. How do you feel about that?
I feel fine about it.
Okay.
It's your channel.
Okay. So Sunday night, and that's going to be, so if you signed up in time for Sunday, you will be in that. And I'm assuming it'll be more people in the future and not as many up front. So potentially you'll be able to have a great shot at winning something this Sunday.
Yeah, hopefully.
So yeah, go ahead and hit publish, B. And guys, bear with us. This is our first time doing it. So if there are any weird things that happen or any kinks that we got to work out, just let us know. We'll do it. We'll figure it out together. It's just us. And you can get a hold of us a million different ways. So if there's any issues or hiccups,
we're probably the easiest people to get a hold of.
Never fret with us. If there's ever an issue, we'll make it right.
Yeah, exactly. We will make it right. We will do whatever we need to do to fix things for you. We're always available. You can ask Rich. Rich and I talk through email a lot. And I
He's
think he can attest to the fact that I try my best to help everyone out. Okay, Here comes that link.
All right,
it is published. It is live. If you would like to join, we love you. Thank you so much for joining.
Yeah.
We can't wait to have fun with you over on Patreon. This really does help support our channel. It helps support me and Peter and continuing this party.
Yeah. And again, if you can't make it to the streams, they'll be up there so you can see it later. This evergreen content, you know, and we'll do our best to make sure you guys know when things are dropping ahead of time so you don't get screwed out of it. What happened? We messed up already?
Chris Brumel on
Labor Day. Oh.
He says Labor Day's on Monday. No, that's good. I don't have school on Monday, so we can stream late. Yeah.
Chris Brumel's the man.
Thank you so much for that.
So, hey, shout out Aaron Gregory. What up, dude?
Hello, everyone.
So yes. Anyway, it's gonna be fun. You can consider if you can't make all the streams, if you're not looking to get anything from us, like if you're cool whether you get something or not, and you just want to join the Patreon as like a tip, that is amazing. So, however you look at it, it helps tremendously, and it helps us become more and more self-reliant. Let's say
that's for sure.
Okay. All right. Let's get into it. We got a lot to get to, and we got to get this. We got to get off the air before Ryan's stream. That's my goal.
Okay, so we're going to start the news then.
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
And yeah, go ahead.
Don't worry.
Entertainment news.
Aha.
Are we doing Ahsoka first?
Oh, no. Wait, why is it over here? No, we're doing
Jesse
first.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I was
off
reading some stuff. Yeah.
Right off the top. If you didn't know, I've already posted a lot about this. You guys know I love Jesse. Honestly, one of the nicest, most genuine people out there that I've met in this career.
Easily.
And also, obviously, an incredible artist. Mm-hmm. Hector, myself, and everybody at Mondo loves working with Jesse.
Yep.
And when we were working on this idea, it was very much like, holy shit, this thing's gonna be awesome. Will Toho approve it? Because it's such a departure.
It really is. And Toho has been known to
they're very careful.
be very
with
protective
it. Yeah.
of their property.
I'm
so.
always like, you let me do it? I mean, amazing. Thank you. I can't believe you let me, but thank you. But yeah, so we're like, will Toho approve this? And if Toho does approve it, will fans like respond well to it? I'm so happy to say that Toho continues to be one of the freaking coolest companies when it comes to letting us push the boundaries and trusting us. Not only me as Attack Peter as an artist, but as a member of Mondo, and letting us do things like this. And then having it on display at Comic-Con, people flipped out, dude.
Yeah, I can't believe how many people, because I thought yours was, I mean, maybe I'm biased, but I thought yours was the star of the show.
I wanted to take mine and put it on a different shelf because it was
but they were
like,
right next to each other, and everyone was like gravitating towards Jesse's.
Oh my God.
The color, I mean, look at those colors.
No, it felt, you know what it felt like when I was like, when I was a kid, if someone handed me a pack of highlighter markers or, or a tube of whiteout, which one would you want? And mine
pretty much.
But no, it's awesome. Seriously, to be on the same shelf next to Jesse and for Hector to have that lineup of James Groman's Godzilla, Jesse's Godzilla, my Mecha Godzilla. It was, I mean, our Space Godzilla. All that stuff side by side. It was such a cool showing, you know, and again, it's just a very proud moment for me as an artist and for me helping behind the scenes on things like this as a creative director, and just love Jesse. So if you didn't know, it's a timed edition. If you want one, you can get one up until tomorrow, I believe. And
available until Friday.
Yeah. Oh, Friday?
September 1st.
Okay, so tomorrow, and then it'll probably end like halfway through Friday.
Yeah.
So don't just count on all day Friday. I forget the exact details, but if you want to get one, he's huge.
It's Friday at midnight Central Time.
Okay.
CT.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So he's huge. I can't believe we got him down to 150. I thought he was literally going to be, I told someone 250. I thought it was going to be a $250 figure because of the size. And then I go, oh shit, it's 150.
Hey, you need to get to carving.
Yeah, let's go. Anyway,
you're just sitting there drooling over Jesse.
No, I just wanted to make sure we said enough. No. But go over and pick it up if you're thinking about it, because it will go away. All right, let's get to it. It
will indeed. Yeah. So yeah. Oh, you know, I just realized this because I'm looking at the website that they have payment plans for this.
Oh yeah.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, they do. They have payment plans.
I am a huge fan of payment plan options, because I feel like it really makes it a lot easier for people to get what they want without having to worry about ponying up all the cash up front.
Dude, I just put something on a payment plan from Sideshow. I don't want to talk about it.
I did not know this.
I don't want to.
It's okay, because I just put something onto a payment plan literally as you were talking about this. I'm sorry, it's Labor Day and sales are going live, and I didn't want to miss out. There's this one product that I wanted. I'm like, I know it's gonna sell out. I need to get it right now.
All right, let's go.
Sorry. Anyway, moving along. Hey, we wanted to talk about Ahsoka. Yes. Should we skip this until our?
We should bring Ralph in already.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll bring him in.
Let's get right into Ahsoka.
I didn't want to force him, but I gotta call him.
Yeah, call him up.
Okay, I'm calling him. Let's see if it works.
We're calling him on a landline, which is really cool.
Oh yeah, super cool.
It's very rare these days.
I wonder if you'll be able to hear it. Hold on. Hey. Hold on. I actually have to bring you in, because for some reason now it doesn't want to pick up that he's here. Sorry, guys. This is the first time we've ever Bluetooth called somebody, and it was working earlier, and now it just decided that it does not want to.
It's high tech.
It is very high tech. You are. I'm glad that you're happy to be my guinea pig, because right now this is a fail. Hold on. Wait. We're getting it done. Yeah.
There he
is.
Round of applause for our special guest.
Hello.
Our live studio audience is so excited. There it is.
That's hey, wait. You know that Godzilla you were just showing?
Yeah.
That's really nice.
It's awesome, right?
Can I trade yours for that?
Wow.
Can you find mine? I sent Ralph one over a year ago, and he's just getting around to unboxing it.
No. Wait. To your credit, I bought it. You didn't send it to me.
Oh, okay. Good.
And that's
then you can keep it in a box. That's true. That is how we got acquainted.
Yeah, I really love your style and your artwork, and that's cool that you sit there and show how you do it. That's good stuff.
Well, thanks, dude. I appreciate it. The fact that you liked something that I did, as someone who knows what a critical eye you have, it was a true blessing. So thank you, sir.
I wish I didn't have such a critical eye. I could sit and enjoy things a lot more.
Yeah, speaking of that.
Yeah, speaking of that. Hey, and by the way, I didn't know your mom was one of those people who called and complained about Howard. I might have to hang up.
My mom has become one of the like biggest Howard fans over the years. This is like, I think she had like 2 minutes where she was like caught up in the hysteria back then. It was different back then. And then
Howard was caught up in it too.
Yeah, exactly. And then I remember we got, I don't know if it was we got serious early on, like early on. And when Howard was on, and then my mom was listening to it every day. And then there was a time where we were sending stuff back and forth, which was great. And, so our whole family loves Howard. Forget about it.
Yeah, that's nice. And, by the way, he's back next week.
Oh,
I can't
good.
believe you guys didn't know it was Labor Day. You're
I don't even know what day. I don't know what day of the week it is.
I rarely know what day of the week it is.
But yeah, he's back on Tuesday live after being off for the summer. So that'll be nice.
That's
we'll
great.
Happy for that.
Okay, perfect. Anyway, so Ralph, you and I talk a lot on the phone about like our, I feel like
I would say too much.
I feel like we have a safe space to geek out in every direction because sometimes we love something so much and it can be embarrassing too. But the idea is that when we're like, what am I crazy to feel this way or that way, or I want to love this, but I'm feeling something kind of way about it. But we were talking about Ahsoka, and I said, let's just come on the air and let's talk about it because I know a little bit about how you feel. I haven't told you how I feel, and I think Gabby feels different from both of us.
I do.
Well, we are here to talk about that, but let me just say first,
Tell
I'm
me.
a huge Star Wars fan. It is my favorite movie of all time, and there's so much great stuff that's come out of it. But lately, and when I say lately, I mean this year. Last year was great for Star Wars. You had you had Kenobi, which was awesome, and you go, oh yeah, it was good. It was good. It was awesome.
You didn't even like it that much at first.
And Andor was amazing.
Andor was
what?
fantastic.
I rewatched Kenobi, and that suffers from the weekly drops. Just put all of it out. You're not fooling anybody. And some of these shows, it's like you lose the thread, you lose the momentum. And when I watched Kenobi, when I rewatched it, it flew by. It is so good. It's,
I'm gonna rewatch
one of the
it.
Best thing.
I'm gonna rewatch it based on that because I do remember when it first was coming out. I was like, yeah, I'm having a good time. I'm fine. Like I wasn't too choked up about it, but I also wasn't upset about anything in particular. But I remember you were like pretty cold on it. So having you say that now makes me want to go back and watch it.
No, I mean, I loved it at the time, but sometimes there's, I mean, again, when you watch it all together, if you're just watching one episode at a time and that young Leia, oh my God. And that's a problem with some of these Star Wars shows. Their casting is like terrible sometimes. Little Leia was like, oh my God. But, you watch it back to back and she kind of breezes by. But yeah, she needs to be computer CGI'd out like Jar Jar Binks or something.
Oh, my God.
I don't know what happened there. But anyway.
I found her fine. I just thought it changed the tone of the show
you
too
didn't,
much.
You big liar.
No, in other words, like when I watch her, I'm like, what she's doing, she's fine at doing it. I just didn't feel like that character was my favorite choice to have in the show at all.
Who again? Leia?
The young Leia. Like,
I loved her.
You loved her. I like her as an actress. I just don't care about that role. Like anyway, I don't want to get too far into Obi-Wan.
No, that was fine, and that's why Obi-Wan was so great because it played the original Star Wars. It's not, this Star Wars universe has gotten so big, and I know Disney paid a shitload of money for Lucasfilm, so they got to recoup and whatnot. But let's not kill the golden goose, and that's kind of what they're doing,
So
and that leads us to Ahsoka, or whatever her name is.
Stop it.
Ahsoka.
Even her name is annoying.
Rude.
You better get that buzzer button ready for him, but that you use on me all the time.
It's all right. All right. Well, you start. What do you love about it?
No. Okay. This is what I'll say because
Let Peter go first, and then I'll follow.
I feel like I'm pretty.
Yeah. Let me hear what's wrong with you people.
I feel like I'm pretty in the middle, and I was kind of even keeled. Like when I started watching the first episode, I even remember telling Gabby, I'm like, I think this is gonna be fucking great. Like it felt, the tone felt right. I thought they were doing an obvious allusion to Indiana Jones, you know, Lucas and all that. And I like
the first 5 minutes. The first 5 minutes was great. With that guy who looks like Sean Connery.
Yeah, I love him.
He's dead.
Yeah. So far, I'm loving his character. We'll see where it goes, but it's a
They
damn
killed
shame.
him. Ahsoka killed him.
So I'm really loving that character. Anyway, I judge Star Wars in general in a different way than I judge other stuff. Like I judge Star Wars by first, does it set the vibe that I like about Star Wars, which it leans more original trilogy, first and second season of Mandalorian. They have the vibe. And it's even why for a minute I was able to forgive some of the stuff I didn't like about Boba Fett. Because I'm like, okay, it's still on Tatooine. It still has that vibe. But it got harder and harder as the episodes went on. I still
but it's you know,
wait,
like
let me
Mandalorian.
But let me finish this so you can see what I'm saying. So I was going in optimistic. I liked Rosario Dawson as a casting in, you know, when she shows up in the other episodes of Mandalorian or whatever, and in Book of Boba Fett. I know you don't like it. I like it. I like her. And so
Mandalorian.
No, ridiculous. And so when
even he fell asleep when she showed up in one of the episodes.
That is true. But
he fell asleep on that couch by the temple.
Wow, you're not wrong.
No, but so in this case, I'm cool with it because it has like this stoic energy. Ahsoka has like a stoic energy, which is like, you know, reference to the samurai films that Filoni always references, yada, yada, yada. My issue started, I'll be honest with you.
I just want to sit down and watch a show and be entertained.
Okay, settle down.
I mean,
it's a little too highbrow for you.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and so anyway.
I'm already exhausted.
I know. He goes click and hangs up.
Yeah.
But anyway.
And he can because he's on a landline.
That's true. He can actually click. But I got to the point where I'm like, okay, the vibe feels right. I like the look of the show, the music. I really like the music. I like all the casting choices, and I was just kind of waiting for the show to get going. I like the scene where the two non-Sith characters show up and kill everybody with the saber. That was very old school feeling. I liked it. But it hasn't, and including last night's episode, it hasn't really gotten to the point where I feel like the show has gotten going.
Yeah.
And I'm only concerned about it because the episodes are limited. There's not going to be that many episodes, and they are short. And so I'm worried that it's going to either drag on and then all of a sudden come to a conclusion like at breakneck speed, or it's just never going to arrive anywhere. Having said that, though, I'm watching it, but I'm not drooling over every episode.
It's like that last season of The Mandalorian. It's going to be really slow for like 6 episodes, and then the last 2 it'll get good, and they'll start doing what they should have done in the first 2 episodes.
I hope you're wrong.
Like Ahsoka gets also mired in backstory about, you know, these characters that a lot of people don't care about, and I know those characters. I watch Rebels, by the way, which is my third pick of the greatest Star Wars. Rebels is so good. But meanwhile, like the characters on Rebels, they didn't cast them well. They're better. The cartoon versions are better. Of these characters.
I disagree.
Yeah, go ahead, Gabby.
I disagree.
Chime in on this.
I mean, okay,
ahead,
I am definitely
Your
a Rebels
thoughts.
fangirl, like a hardcore Rebels fangirl.
Yeah, and I'm rewatching it, by the way, and I forgot how great it is.
It's so
just
good.
Really good.
And look, I think one of the reasons why I didn't originally get into Rebels is because the cartoon is geared towards a younger audience, and so some of the episodes can feel a little bit too silly, especially those filler episodes. And I remember thinking to myself, oh my God, I wish this was more like Bad Batch almost. Bad Batch is like just a little bit more for an older crowd. So seeing like the Rebels crew being portrayed a lot more in a more mature way, I'm already vibing. Also,
Yeah, but okay, let me
No, go
just
ahead.
point one
Go
thing
ahead.
out, and we move on. Hera, who was like great in the cartoons.
they
she's
were
a general
never
now
going
and
to
all
do
this.
that right, Ralph.
But
It's
yeah,
impossible.
you could. I mean, she's not, there's no gravitas to her. She doesn't
No.
command go watch that new Tom Cruise movie. You got 4 or 5 women in their leads, and they all kick ass, they're all strong, and this Hera comes in, like she looks like the lady at the bank painted green.
No, you're right. And they fucked it up, and we've talked, me and my friends have talked about it on the side about how, wow, we kind of, I don't know. When it was coming out and they said we've cast Hera, I'm like, there's no way you did that right. because Hera in the cartoon is impossibly beautiful.
I could do it right. Somebody call Bob Iger quickly.
Yeah, I know. Okay, fine. I'm sure we can all like say, oh, we could have found something. But I know that it's probably more complicated than that and whatever. But the point that I'm trying to make here is that whoever I forget the name of the actress, but
Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
No, not for Hera, for Sabine.
Oh, I forget her name.
Sabine is the best casting in the entire show.
I like Sabine casting.
The
well.
best.
No.
She does the best Sabine, dude. It's hard for me to
agree.
even I can't even think about anybody else who they could have cast.
I mean, she's okay. She's not as bad as Hera, but
well, they haven't given her time to do the damn thing. Like, we're 3 episodes in, and she is kind of
I know. Well,
getting over
and
her
I was
shit.
just gonna say, like, can we talk spoilers? Then I realized there's nothing to spoil. Nothing happened. Like,
Nothing
how
has
could you spoil
happened.
the show?
But Ralph, let me ask you a question. Because I've heard people say the same thing that you're saying, which is they don't like the casting at all because these characters are not being portrayed the way they were portrayed on Rebels. Do you feel like that's your take, more or less?
No, you could do a different version of them. But when the Rebels versions are just better, that's not a good sign.
Okay.
And also, like, all right, we know a lot of this in Rebels. Probably your audience does, but why are you narrow casting this show? Like, don't you want to bring more people into the tent? Make it accessible. Most people don't know I don't know what the timeline is. It's like, wait a second, is this person alive or dead? And where was this? And where's the Empire? Are they forming? Are they reforming? It's like, I got other stuff to do. I got other shows to watch.
No,
I don't know. If you're
going,
I had this rant last week that if you're coming into Ahsoka as a noob and you don't know this shit yet, like, get the fuck out of here.
Well, that's
Rebels has
Star
been
Wars
out
fans.
for years.
No, see, you're so wrong. As a potential investor in Disney, again, I sold it at 186 when it was riding high. And they'll never get back to that because they're just putting out some.
Well,
Yeah.
I disagree with Gabby here. I think I'm going to agree with Ralph on this. I don't think. I do agree that it is basically more of a Rebels season 4.5 or season 5
It
for
is.
sure.
You
which
know,
means,
Dave Filoni was just waiting for this
which
opportunity.
means you
wait,
need to have.
before I forget, before I commit, let me make one last point. You could do a show like Ahsoka, and you don't have to waste 3 episodes explaining backstory and stuff. Look at Star Wars. The brilliance of Star Wars is they didn't explain anything. They just dropped it in. You don't know what the Empire were. You don't know what Rebels were.
That's
you don't know
true.
where they were. If Darth Vader was a robot, you didn't know what was going on. But it cruised through. They had great casting, and then it doesn't matter. And then they sit there and they like, okay, so for the new people, we're going to explain. And then you're like, okay, wake me up when this is over.
That is kind of a problem in the sense that, like, it doesn't reward anybody. It doesn't reward the people who know the story well because they're like having to sit through all this again. Yeah. And it doesn't reward the people who are coming in fresh because in order to explain all that stuff, they slow the show down. So it's kind of like, it's not serving anybody well.
I will also say my big complaint is Ahsoka is way too serious. Like, she's being portrayed to be like so, I don't know. I can't, there's a word I'm sure that could explain. It's not aloof, but it's like, she's just trying to be. Thank you.
I don't think
she's
so.
boring. She's boring. She's not. First of all, she's not boring in Clone Wars, and she's not boring in Rebels.
Guys, you're missing something very important.
I got to be honest with you. I never watched the Clone Wars. When she came in on Rebels, I kind of didn't care, and that seemed like fan service. And okay, so I put up with her. And then they crowbarred her into the Mandalorian because they wanted to make a series, and it slowed down. So I'm not a big fan.
Okay, well, hold on.
I could be.
I am a fan.
And I know what you're saying. Rosario Dawson's a great actress. Have her do some.
Yeah, but they have her playing like this like sage, wise master. But if you know Ahsoka's character, like, yeah, she's gone through some shit, and she has every reason to be kind of emotionally scarred from her relationship with Anakin and all the shit that happened with the Jedi. That's fine, but like, she wasn't. That's not really her personality. Like, her personality is very. They called her Snips, bro. She was like snippy. She was just sassy, and she's lost all of it.
Okay, let me put this.
Can one of you, or maybe your audience, can one of you answer this burning question I have? Why does the table retract into the floor? I mean, do they turn it into a disco at night? You have a table.
There's a table that retracts into the floor.
Yes, she needs a dance floor.
Gabby, this is my problem. I see stuff like that, and it drives me crazy. And it takes me out of the show.
It didn't even it didn't even occur to me that was a problem.
You have to watch it like me, where like this morning I was like, oh, we're gonna talk about Ahsoka. What the hell happened in that show? And like I don't even know, because I'm just kind of watching it super passively. But let me propose this real quick, because I heard a lot of people making the exact same points that both of you were just making, which is why are they so somber or stoic or distant or cold, yada yada, compared to boring, as Ralph put it. But I heard someone theorize that, you know, if you think about where you left all these characters at the end of Rebels, right? Hold on, Kanan dead.
Yeah, well, they're not bringing him.
Right, and that's Harold. That's look. Yeah,
no, again, fuck off if you haven't seen Rebels by now.
Hold on. Kanan dead. Then Ezra, where the heck is he? We don't know. Did he survive? Is he withdrawn?
Fine. That's how we left off.
Right? Okay, hold on. But in other words, like the team got broken up, the family's messed up,
yeah.
And now everybody's trying to like make sense of it. And one criticism that I heard that I thought was fair, but not the biggest deal, was that it seemed like Sabine and Ahsoka had a falling out off screen in between the shows, but okay, like they're alluding to it. You can catch up to that. And now Ahsoka,
who's got time to start thinking about like a world that doesn't exist,
no.
And then the characters who don't exist how to fight that we don't know if it's or not. It's just ridiculous. Again, backstory. You're and even if you're not a fan, you don't need it. Like
I'm defending.
Let's do a show.
I'm agreeing with you in the sense that if you didn't see Rebels, you wouldn't have that context, and you might be like, "Why are all these characters so freaking like moody?" But if you do know that, it makes sense. And now she's like, Ahsoka, who doesn't even really believe in the Jedi teachings, is like, you know, burdened with the fact: do I train Sabine up with her Force abilities?
Is, she believes in the teachings. She just doesn't believe in protocol.
Right.
That's her issue.
Right.
She believes in like the ethos of it, but she just hates how strict things get.
Who cares?
Sorry.
I
care. I think it makes for a cool character.
Oh yeah, okay, but you can serve people like you, and again, bring more people into it. Make it a dynamic show.
Yeah.
You can't just serve one segment of the hardcore Star Wars.
Look,
and that's what this does.
Ralph's right in the sense that I know all that stuff. I'm defending all those points, but I still find the show to be a little like kind of like really dragging in the sense that the beats aren't there. Like when it's kicking off, it's like there's action happening.
It's taking
really
a while
good
to get to the fucking point.
Yeah.
Like we get it.
Thank you. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
No, I agree with you.
They'll do that in the second to the last episode, and it's
that's
like,
my concern.
why did you start here?
This is a big complaint that everybody has about Star Wars, is that they seem like they're stuck with this formula that they've created over the years, and they can't veer away from that formula, which is like build up, epic ending.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, we don't have time for this. We need a little bit more off the rip so that you can keep us engaged, because we are all fucking TikTok users now, and we have the attention span of a gnat. You need to go.
Yeah, but you do need to sit and absorb things. And I'm not saying
That's
not
fine.
to do that. Like Peter, there's stuff you watch and you put on the background.
I do, yeah,
I'm like,
totally.
Even I don't like Ahsoka. I'm not going to put it on the background. I'm going to watch it and give it a chance.
Same.
And you're busy cutting yourself with that blade or something. But yeah, but can I say one? Here's the thing that bothers me the most, and it bothered me the first time she made her live appearance. Those ears on her.
I didn't notice this. Go ahead and tell Gabby.
What do you mean the ears? You're talking about her head, her
finish.
hair? Okay.
Oh, he's talking about
those ears, or whatever those things, whatever those floppy, bad foam rubber looking things are. That
I don't have a problem with it.
And they look like you got them at the Halloween store on 34th Street for next month. It's like they can't do that better.
I don't have a problem with it. I really don't.
I wonder from like a costuming perspective if they wanted to make it out of silicone, but because silicone weighs so much, they had to go to like foam latex or something, and that's why it looks so shitty.
I mean, they got that stupid little cat thing CGI. They could smooth that out with CGI. CGI.
No, you're right.
That's true,
Although
that's
I
true.
will say that they haven't been doing great with CGI lately, and I don't know how much I would trust them to do that correctly either.
Well, CGI is like a spice. It's like a spice. You do a little bit of it. You bake a cake and you put a ton of
But
sugar.
nobody
it's gonna
can
taste
because
awful,
it's like
but if you put
a
little lid-
fucking sickness. It's like when people pluck their eyebrows until there's nothing left. CGI people just take it too far. They're like just a little more until you have the babies in the Flash.
I'm sure.
If you know what I'm talking about.
I'm sure. Oh yeah, that's another.
Yeah,
thing to
Yeah,
talk
but
about.
you know what? Actually, I like the Flash, and I didn't think I was going to like it, and I thought their CGI.
Okay, but stay on.
The CGI was terrible.
No, but stay on point with this
Okay,
because
sorry.
because there's still more to discuss here before we wrap this up. So Ralph, clearly you're gonna keep watching the show or not?
Well,
You know he is.
Are you giving up? You
I
have
have
to.
I have a sickness. I love Star Wars,
There
and
you
I'm
go.
hoping for the best.
We're all gonna watch
It's not
it.
going to get good.
No.
It's not going to get good. I don't know if I'll. You probably need to let 2 or 3 build up, and it depends on what else I'm watching. But
what do you think would have to happen?
I only watched it last night because I knew I was going to talk to you today. So I
Ralph,
was like,
what would
okay, I
have
gotta
to
watch it.
what would have to happen in this show going forward? What's done is done on the show. The first 3 episodes are done. Going forward, what would have to happen in the show for you to feel like, okay, this has now become a really good show?
Okay, they
Generally
would have
speaking.
they would have to bring in Tony Gilroy, who did Andor, did a fantastic
Well, that's
job
not gonna
with it.
happen.
All right, but
Yeah, but you're asking him what the hypothetical fix to this is, so obviously it's not going to happen.
Yeah, I mean,
that's not what I'm asking. I'm
yeah,
saying, what would you think?
I don't know, but
Okay.
I know that these shows, like Mandalorian, it's like you're waiting for Moff Gideon, and that's the star of the show. You know what I mean? In some way. And they wait to the end, and that got good in the last 2 episodes.
I agree with
I
that.
like Empire stuff.
Yeah,
I want to see the Empire.
But Mandalorian season 3, Moff Gideon was tremenda mierda. Like
didn't pay
it was
off.
just bad. He was just
Yeah, but
so lame.
I'm not going to say it was great or anything, but at least it was something.
I mean, yeah, but I would have taken.
I don't know.
I would have taken the fucking mythosaur over Moff Gideon.
Well,
Like
look,
if that would have been the big bad.
like what it comes down to for me is, and I think Ralph, you were
I
trying to
don't know.
allude to
How
it.
many Mandalorians do we need? There's like 6,000 of them now.
we
It's so
need
not
to be
special.
done. Yeah, we need to be done.
And I don't care if you keep your helmet on or take it off. I mean, whatever. It must smell bad. Their breath must smell so bad from keeping that helmet on all day.
They definitely don't brush their teeth.
I think Ralph was getting to something that I strongly believe.
Okay,
and,
go ahead,
and
go
I
ahead.
hope that in the future of Star Wars that this becomes what happens, because I thought Andor was the best made Star Wars anything in a long time. The best made in
Except for
terms of.
Kenobi.
I think it's way better than Kenobi in the sense that the acting, the plot, all that. Now, I had a big problem.
Casting.
Yes.
I mean, you talk about
Yes.
great. You talk about great casting.
The
I mean, he knocked
writing-
it out of the park with every
Yes.
one of those people.
The script is incredible. Anyway, but hold on, because it's not a perfect show in my opinion. It's missing a lot of what I love about Star Wars. I love a lot of the alien races. You barely saw any. I love, lore and world building with the, with the Force, and there wasn't anything in there. I'm okay with that show existing without all those things. But I think going forward, a perfect Star Wars show needs to feel like Andor, but include the stuff that we love about Mandalorian and Ahsoka. And I hope that that's where we end up, because there's no reason a Star Wars show.
Well, what do you mean? What do you mean, we white man? I mean, the stuff that you love about Ahsoka and Mandalorian is the stuff that puts me to sleep. So
I'm just saying.
I know what you're saying.
You know what I
what
mean?
you're saying, though.
Like the fantasy stuff should still be able to work with a serious tone. The same
I know
way.
you said you said at the time, it's not very Star Warsy, and that wasn't a bad thing.
Yeah.
And
Right.
and that's why last year was so great for Star Wars, because you had Kenobi, which was so Star Wars, and probably more Vader screen time than there were in all the movies.
Yeah.
I mean the good movies, not the prequels.
Shots
you
fired.
could
I'm not going to argue that.
you could have something between those two. Or
That's
something,
what I'm
but
saying. That's what I'm saying.
That's why it was a great year. You had the most Star Wars thing you could have, and then you had this different take on it, which was all about, oppression and how the real. Because you hear about for years the Empire, the rebels. but then you see people living their life, and they're like, I thought that show was brilliant.
It was an incredible. Hold on, because the chat is popping off, and I
really?
feel like we need to talk to the chat.
hold on,
Okay, a
Ralph.
couple of things were said. Let me start with a few people. For example, John Price and Christopher.
Is this like Trump? A lot of people are saying.
A lot of people are saying no. There's a few people in the chat that have been saying something that actually I agree with now that I think about it. That it's a Filoni story and he cooks his stories.
That's true.
And that is true. Like
you broke up a little there, but you said, what about Filoni?
okay, that Filoni has this tendency to cook his stories.
Like it's slow build up.
He does this slow burn where he like lays a lot of foundation out and then it pops off. I know, but that's how I felt about
TV.
Rebels. I don't know, because that's how I felt about Rebels.
Rebels got off to a slow start.
That's not his show. That's not
Yes,
his
it
show.
is.
It was what's his name?
Negative.
He was part.
That's Filoni.
What's that?
That's Filoni. Yeah, it is.
That's
it
not
is.
no. Look. Who's Simon Kinberg? I think it is.
Yeah,
who
but
does a lot
Filoni
of
is the architect of all that lore. Simon Kinberg,
okay,
I'm
but
sure.
then there's an adult in the room that says, "Hey, we got to move this thing along."
Potentially.
Like Dave, it's fine.
Potentially.
But, you know, I don't
Okay,
know,
look,
but-
another good comment from Ryan Dole. Andor wasn't made to sell toys, and that's why you like it, and that's why it's missing what it is.
Well,
I don't know, man. I believe
good
that's
point.
true, but that's true. But I'm just saying, is it beyond the realm of possibility to have the serious tone with the real world implications? I mean, for their world, like when what's her face Binks is like being tortured. Dude, that was crazy.
That
dude.
was crazy.
And I'm just
crazy.
saying,
And by the way, I would so buy like a Hot Toys 1/6 scale figure of that woman in the I forget her name.
The
You
mom?
know, the one who. What's that?
the mom.
Andor's mom?
No, not.
No.
Who are we talking about?
The Imperial officer.
Oh,
Oh.
yes, she was so awesome,
She was
dude.
so terrifying.
She was amazing.
She was like right out of the original Star Wars. You
Yeah.
know, she was awesome.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I just hope.
I know what that person's saying. It's not, it's not like made to sell toys, and and by the way, the Black Series is really going downhill with toys, but that's another that's
That's another episode.
Yeah, but I just hope if at some point in the future someone internally like strives for that, because I do think that would save the brand. Period. Like you have your.
Well, it's kind. It's kind of like a store that sells like 500 things and makes a couple bucks on each thing.
Yeah.
And a store sells a few exclusive, really nice things, and you still make the same amount of money. But because I have so many friends who are Star Wars fans who like refuse to watch these shows now. They're like, I've been
I've
burned
heard
too
that
many
too.
times.
I've heard that too. I've heard
like
that
my
too.
friend Matt, I'm going, Matt, you gotta watch it. He's like, I can't do it again. They just.
I'm
This
not-
is a nerd
yeah.
who bought a giant baby Yoda.
Yeah, well, that's me too. I bought 2 of them. I'm the same way in the sense that like
Enough of him.
I'm not turned off by Star Wars. I'm not gonna watch it. But this was the least excited I've ever been to watch, and I like the character, but I wasn't like before. I was like, ooh, let's go, cancel all your plans. Here we go. And so this is the first time I was like, okay, let's go.
I mean, I'm kind of the opposite. I was pumped for this one, and
Yeah, but,
it's kind of waned a little bit because of how slow it is, but I still have faith that they're gonna
I have faith too.
pick up the pace.
Well,
and give me what I
listen, you
want.
love Rebels, you love the characters, you were pumped for the show. So imagine like somebody that's not you, how
Right.
how excruciatingly slow and boring this
Yeah,
must be.
look, I get it.
I couldn't tell Howard to watch that. He would turn it off in
He'll
2
never
seconds.
watch
He
it.
wouldn't know.
No, he
wouldn't
wouldn't know what
what's
the fuck's going
going
on. Yeah,
Yeah, unfortunately.
I get it.
You got to have him call John on live on the air, John Favreau, and see if we can get to the bottom of what's going on over there.
I got I don't John, I love John, but he's
Get him on the phone.
He's making some questionable choices too. I don't know.
Can you
I got to
imagine?
get on the board of directors. I got to
Amazing.
take Kathleen Kennedy's place.
That's-
She
we can start
seems to be a big problem in this equation.
We'll start a hashtag Ralph for head of Lucasfilm. Dude, thank you so much for joining us for this, because I've been wanting to do it. We've been talking about it for a long time, and I'm hoping now that we figured out the technical side of it that we can do it again in the future. Maybe
but
next week.
Yeah, let me just say you haven't quite got it figured out yet.
Well-
I mean,
Not totally. We're like
I mean, you're
90%
cutting out
there.
a little bit, but you're getting there. You get better. I think your show looks good. It's fun. It's a good idea. And,
Okay, good.
And I just noticed too, you
Tell
have
me.
a picture of me up, and you crop you cropped out George Lucas in the picture.
Oh, dude, Gabby, can you just drag that picture out so people
No,
can see?
because it's
How
gone.
could you? How could you
literally
crop
cropped
out
it.
George Lucas?
I didn't
That's
crop
why
it out. I
gave it to you.
deleted George Lucas out of that. I
Oh
can't even
my
show
God.
you what
know
that original looks like.
You know what? Just the word. Just crop. You cropped out George Lucas should not come out of your mouth.
Yeah.
Okay,
The
I gotta go.
The next time we bring Ralph, it's just going to be George
George
Lucas's
Lucas.
picture. It's
Yeah.
not going to be Ralph at all.
I love that. That's perfect. All right, dude. Thank you so much, man. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye, Ralph.
All right, have fun.
Later,
I'll talk to you guys
bye.
later.
Later. Awesome, Ralph, man.
We love Ralph.
It's so fun, dude.
He is so fun.
I hope you guys had fun with that. Ralph and I have been talking for a while, trying to figure out like coordinating this, and we finally were able to schedule wise and all that kind of stuff. But if you're a fan of classic Stern like I am, and Ralph's always been such a great. I've always thought Ralph calling in made the show better. I know people are polarized on him, but I think he's so much fun. So that was good stuff.
He's the best.
All
And
right.
we appreciate him coming on to our
Yeah,
humble
dude.
little show.
Our humble
By the
little
way,
bow. Tell me.
thank you to everybody who's already signed up for the Patreon. You guys are
Oh my
fucking
gosh, right.
awesome.
Thank you guys.
Thank you
Holy
so
crap.
much. I know we tried. This is why it took us so long to launch it, is because I wanted to make sure it was seamless and easy to sign up, and that you understood what you were getting without having to be confused about what it is that you qualify for, et cetera, et cetera. We will open up more tiers in the future.
Yeah, as needed or like.
Sure. It's, depending on like how many people are interested or whatever, we'll open up more tiers, and we will create more exclusives for people who want to pledge more on a monthly basis.
Yeah.
But for right now, we just wanted to keep it easy and like low stakes.
And we wanted to make
kind of.
sure that like if that tier existed, it was worth it. We didn't just want to like, we could have put a bunch of
No.
bullshit in there and
Yeah.
then, but I'm not ready to commit to something crazy yet. And I'm not sure what it would be when we do. So
Yeah, we're just testing the waters
Yeah.
of it. So anyway, thank you for supporting us. It means the world to us.
It does, you guys. Thank
honestly.
you so much, man.
Thank you. Thank you for all of it. Anyway. Okay.
thank you, India.
Thank you. Oh man, that's a great segue into Monster Hunters are conducting the largest search of Loch Ness
Oh,
in
dude,
more
I am
than
so
50
hyped.
years.
I am so hyped on this. I
Why
never
do you
gave
think
up
that
hope.
is? Like, why do you think now all of a sudden they're like,
You want the real
that's
answer?
it, we gotta find him.
You
We gotta or her, I guess.
Yeah.
Nessie's supposed
Nessie's
to be
supposed to
a
be it.
girl. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm of two minds.
Okay.
Which I have a real world take and I have a like hopeful, optimistic take.
Okay.
Which one do you want to hear first?
The hopeful, optimistic take.
Okay, I'm desperate. One of my life goals is to be alive when they finally find the Loch Ness monster. Okay,
Really?
I love cryptids.
That is not the one that I thought would be on your bucket list.
Oh, all of them. Chupacabra, Bigfoot. I just don't believe that any of it is actually there. But
Okay.
I still rooting for it, right? So with the Loch Ness monster, I really just don't understand why we can't find them unless there actually is like some kind of hollow earth situation where this creature tucks into whenever they try to search. There's no
Maybe it's like some kind of trans-dimensional creature
guess.
that can like literally hide in like a, I don't know, some
But think
wormhole
about
or something.
Think about how much money there would be involved with whoever was able to find evidence of the Loch Ness monster. Not even
find it, just find evidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the fact that it hasn't happened yet means that it's some kind of scientific thing we have no understanding like you're describing, or people know it's bullshit. And so my real world take on it is that this is like a seasonal thing. Like every once in a while they drag up the Loch Ness monster story. It comes up. Someone over there does something.
Somebody on the tourist board for
Yes.
the Loch is Loch Ness or whatever.
That's exactly it.
It's like, you know what?
We could use an
we
uptick.
need to get some people over here.
That's what I really think, sadly. And it's
Yeah.
like another one of my life goals is to eventually go to Area 51, which is like the
you just want to park outside and be like, got here.
Yeah, and before you get there, there's like these little rest stops, like the little alien, like a hotel type of situation, and it's all
You know you're
nonsense.
going alone.
It's all nonsense. It's all like kitsch and silly. But I am desperate to go one day, knowing that it's not going to pan out into anything specific. But I just like the idea of it, and I think this is one of those situations.
I like it too. Of all of the cryptids, I would say that this is the one that gives me the most warm and fuzzies. And like, if we found the Loch Ness Monster, I'd be like, oh man, it's so cool. Like, if you found the fucking, what is it, the Mothman, I would be creeped out.
Oh,
like,
Mothman,
I would be
bro.
bummed out that that's the cryptid that we found.
Dude, I went down
But,
a Mothman rabbit hole recently on YouTube. For people who want to know what I watch on YouTube, it's dumb crap like that. I went down a Mothman rabbit hole and I had so much fun with it.
It was fun. It was
Yeah.
fun. I saw that documentary with you, but
Yeah.
like I'm cool with it. I definitely, you know, the cynical side of me says it's tourist board.
Yes.
They want more people coming. They want to re-inspire a new generation
Yes.
to believe in the unbelievable, and they want to get people to go out there. So maybe that's it. I don't know.
I wish they would double down on the surrounding entertainment and amenities. Like when I go to Disney World,
Yeah.
it's not that I believe Mickey Mouse is real and I'm going to meet him and hang out with him. I just like the overall vibe.
You like
right?
the vibe, yeah.
So I want a cryptid world where it's
Like
like
an amusement park?
amusement park
Oh,
with
Lord.
Nessie and the Chupacabra and Mothman. Please
like
make it real, God. That's
By
what
the
I
way,
want.
Jay Shave says Peter should do a cryptid print series for Halloween.
Dude.
And I kind of agree.
It's not a bad idea.
You know, we should, now that we've launched it like at the beginning of September, we
Yeah.
should ask our Patreon people, like
Patrons or call them patrons.
patrons. We should ask our patrons what they want to see.
Oh, totally.
That would be cool.
We're going to have to put that
As a poll.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to teach Peter how to make polls, and I'm sorry in advance because every single post he makes is going to be a poll. Anyway, moving along.
Which poll was your favorite poll?
Stupid ass. I thought this one was hilarious because this video came up on my Instagram reels of like it was a video of the guy who got the One Ring card from Magic the Gathering,
Oh,
and he
dude.
was like videotaping it for evidence, and you could see his hand shaking, and I thought that was so funny because, you know, it's the One Ring, whatever. But it turns out Post Malone bought it.
He bought it, dude. I heard about this.
$2 million, bro. $2 million.
I just feel like the story makes me say I'm happy for the kid who found it or the person who found it. And Post Malone clearly has enough money, and that's what. And
I
you know,
mean,
other
yeah.
celebrities would be buying a bunch of cars and mansions. I remember I heard an interview with him. Probably on Howard.
You should preface this that you are a new
I just
Post
got
Malone
into him.
fan.
I just got into. I used to be annoyed by him.
Just
I used to be annoyed by everything about him, and then
okay, but for a good reason.
well, just because I didn't like it. I didn't like our students were in love with it and playing it 24/7. That would annoy me.
Yeah.
And so, but recently I've seen a few interviews with him. He seems like a really nice, regular, genuine dude, and it seems like he lives a pretty humble life for the amount of money he makes. So fuck it, man. I guess if you want to buy a tomb, dude, if I was that rich, the shit that I would buy, I would probably be embarrassed about.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Who was it? Somebody DM'd me
Multiple
the other day.
life-size
I don't
creatures from the
remember if
Black
it was
Lagoon
Carl
statues.
or what, but they sent me something about like go-karts or like have your own go-karts. And
It was
like,
easy buy.
if I get rich, if I win the lottery, you won't know, but there will be signs.
That's a good one, dude. Everything we do, we show up in a go-kart.
Yes, exactly.
I would go and make a custom Mario Kart go-kart, but I would get like Wario's car or something.
No, but I
annoying.
would want the whole fleet. Like,
Yeah.
I would want to be able to tell my friends, like, let's
Hey,
all squat up.
Yes.
Let's squat up on our
Oh
Mario
my
Kart.
God.
cards.
That's the kind of chaos we would be
Oh
involved in.
shit! Yeah, that would be
So
great.
I can't hate on a splurge like that. He enjoys the shit out of it, you know.
I mean, if it brings you joy and you have like fucking more money than God, I mean, just do it.
And
I
I'm
guess.
assuming that guy is probably pretty charitable. Like I said, like hearing him on the interviews, I'm like, this guy seems like a really normal, nice dude.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
honestly.
fine. Yeah, I don't care. I mean,
No,
buy
I
what
know,
you want
I
to
know.
buy. If you have the money, I buy ridiculous shit all the time, and I don't have money.
What
so.
I'm more what really got me about this story and is that I wasn't really aware that there was a hardcore like Tolkien card game going around. I didn't know that.
Yeah, the Magic the Gathering card.
Because the One Ring is just like featuring in Magic.
Yeah, it's like a Magic the Gathering block of Lord of the Rings.
I did not
theme.
know that.
Oh.
I didn't know that, and I know they've done that before with Godzilla and stuff like that.
Yeah. Every now and then you get like one of those sort of themed Magic the Gathering blocks. But
Yeah.
I think it's cool. I love it. I didn't collect any of them because I mean I love Lord of the Rings, but I just don't need more shit. And I've given away so many Magic the Gathering cards that it just didn't seem necessary to me, I guess.
Magic is one of those things that I've always wanted to get into. And when I was a kid, it was like...
You never got into it?
No, remember we talked about this when I was a kid. It was one of those things that
Talking about a lot of things.
I know. When I was a kid, it was one of those things that like you were describing earlier that was seen as like, oh, it's evil, it's conjuring.
Oh, because you're a Catholic school kid. That's why.
And then when I got older and no one could tell me anything, I was just always like intimidated by it. Like in terms of how much of you had to know to get into it.
Yeah.
I had no upbringing or background with any kind of like RPG whatsoever. I never played RPGs, so like mana and all that shit. I'm like, what the fuck is mana?
I liked it, and I had fun playing it. I went to tournaments for it and stuff, but like, you know,
By the way, how hot is Gabby? I just hear her sound like it's the one. It's the one ring. The one ring.
I'm the one ring.
You're my one ring, my love.
Oh, look, silver case. See, this is the point. Yeah, I love rings, but not buying paper. Exactly. Like. Ultimately, I mean, if you're gonna frame it and like it's a thing,
but guys,
fine. But
imagine
$2 million for a little piece of paper.
Yeah, but guys, people pay way more than that for comics. It's not my thing. I can never see a world of events that got me to spend any amount of money on a card like that. I don't usually spring for high-end items at all. Like
that's true. You have a point.
Like the stuff that
but
I
at least
buy,
comics is like. It's a
subjective.
story. It's a book. Like, you know, people buy first edition books that are very expensive. No, they pay because they want the first
because you could get the story, you could get the art, you can get better editions of it.
I know all of that.
But I'm just saying, like, people...
But this is a single piece of cardboard with a drawing, an illustration of the One Ring. And it's not even like that crazy. It's just rare.
It's a scarcity thing.
I know. Yeah. I know. Yeah. It's just like,
and it's a flex. And the way
it is a flex. It is a flex.
Yeah, and it's a flex. It's a very specific flex to a very specific community.
Well, that community too. Like, I would say that, you know, I would take a bet that most people that are into Post Malone, like, are fans of him and are following the types of shit that he does, are a younger crowd that are into like this whole mania with the Pokemon cards and the what's this guy's name, the YouTube guy,
Logan Paul,
and all of that crazy shit. And so for Post Malone to then buy a Magic the Gathering card that's that expensive, like it kind of fits within that world, right?
I'll tell you, if I owned Magic the Gathering, I'd be like, oh, thank fucking God. Hearing this story made me want to rethink playing Magic. I'm never having time to play it. I'll never have the time.
Yeah, once upon a time.
But when it comes up,
not anymore.
When it comes up with a story, I'm like, do I want to? Because I love the artwork. I ended up learning how to play because of Hearthstone, and I go, oh, Hearthstone is essentially Magic. Then and Gabby and I sat years ago, and you taught me, and you had your decks, and you showed me all that shit.
Did.
And I'm like, this is super fun. It's just one of those things.
I had all my tournament decks, and I sat you down, and I said, let's go, and you were like, cool, never again.
Well, because I immediately realized that this is one of those things that you have to just do regularly.
You have to kind of live it
yes.
a little bit. You have to become a tiny bit obsessed to like really grasp all of the mechanics and the combos and like the different types of combos to use against different decks. You have to build different decks. It's the old school Hearthstone. Because Hearthstone, you basically are doing everything that you do in Magic, except you're doing it digitally, and you don't have to own fucking boxes worth of cards just to get your shit together.
That's what got me into it, because I was able to play it on my iPad, and it was a fun little quick in, quick out. It was super addictive.
Yeah.
And it opened up my eyes to what this type of gaming was. And then that's why I was like, okay, let me consider getting into Magic, but forget about it, dude. It was just
it's just a different thing. It's for people who like physical. Like, I get it, because there's like a weird physicality to playing Magic where you're like, you have the decks and you shuffle them, and like there's something about like
it's
throwing a fucking card down and being like, that's right, bitch, and like turning the card. I don't know. There's something physical about it that feels really good, and all the little things, and like I'm a big accessories. I'm a dumb bitch for accessories. And so I loved getting all the different like play mats with the graphics on them and all my different dice and counters, and like I themed everything out, and the card sleeves. I mean, I was really into it.
I get it, man. I get it.
But like,
when we retire,
it's not for everybody, and especially now, like as we continue to downsize all of our possessions, which is hilarious. If you walk into this house, I just said downsize our possessions. We are maximalists.
I know.
So there is shit everywhere in this house. But yeah, like things like that, I don't want to collect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It just seems pointless.
But I get it.
Oh, look, John says Marvel Snap is a good, easy,
Oh,
quick play.
we got into it hard, John.
Really hard.
John, it was a problem.
We had to let it go because
Yeah.
it was really big. We were spending hours on the
Yeah.
couch just playing that
At
game.
night, we wouldn't even watch TV or play video games anymore, which is all Marvel Snap. It is so good. It is so, and I hated it at first. I'm like, this is nothing. This is a simple nothing game. What's the point? And then I sat down with Gabby and our friend Mike, Hungry Yokai, to play it, and they totally schooled me. I'm like, yeah, you're right. It's fucking good.
It was so good, but then it just took over, and we had to make the executive decision of like, we can't do this.
And
anymore.
they really should have used my art on some of the cards. Like they have license.
Okay,
They have.
all right,
I'm just
settle
saying. Let's
down.
be honest.
Okay, we're moving along. Anyway,
I had to make
this
my
is
own.
an article that I had actually pulled up for last week, but I didn't get around to talking about it because we ended it so quickly. So I wanted to talk about it this week because I still am thinking about this article and the content.
Interesting.
So there's an animated horror short called Buzzkill, and it is so fucking good.
What?
I'm shocked that I haven't even talked to you about it
I
yet.
haven't heard about this at all.
Okay, so the premise is it's an animated short, okay, and it's short. It's like
what's
under
short?
5 minutes.
Oh wow.
And basically, I will give you the long and short of it. This young woman is on a date, and she brings her date home, and they're in the bedroom, and they're talking, and they're kind of like about to get into it, and as she's kind of having like her first kiss moment with this guy or whatever, something starts bothering her eye. Like, you know when you get an eyelash in your eye and you're like, God, like I can't concentrate on anything because I have a freaking eyelash in my eye. That's what happens to her. So she runs to the bathroom, like excuses herself and runs to the bathroom to deal with the eyelash in her eye. And I don't want to give it away from there. But what happens
kidding.
in that bathroom and after that is so good.
Is it like scary? Like it might
No,
be too much?
it's if I had to, it's body horror
Oh no.
and eyeball horror.
Oh God.
Yeah, so if you're bummed out by like, I mean, it's animated,
Can
so
I watch it?
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna be like skeeved out by it,
Oh,
but
God.
not in a way that is gonna give you nightmares. But it's just like while you're watching, you're like, oh no.
And did it go viral or something? Like how did it come on your radar?
It was on Fangoria, which I love
Okay.
reading, but it just came on my radar through Fangoria.
Okay.
And then I looked at it and I'm like, what an animated horror short. And so I read the article and I watched the short. It's super quick to watch.
Yeah.
And I was so blown away that I
Oh,
was like, I
shit.
have to tell people about this. It is so good. I know Raph, I'm so sorry.
Oh God, Raph. By the way, guys, everybody
Everybody has been very kind to
Yes.
Raph in the chat
Yeah.
already before.
Oh, okay.
I was watching the chat before the stream started, and everyone's been so nice to Raph. Raph just had surgery on his eye, and he's recovering. Thankfully, everything went well, but he's in recovery, and
Yeah.
recovery is very tough because you have to be literally face down,
ass up.
ass up. The entire time. And so he's doing everything literally on some special pillow that looks like a massage chair
So
pillow.
crazy, dude.
Dude, it's crazy. And he is having a rough time of it. So if you haven't already, please send Raph, our moderator,
Yeah.
a lot of love and a lot of positive
Yeah. And a lot of
cheering on.
like, fun memes.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, Raph, I didn't mean, this is not a direct attack on you, but honestly, you should watch it. It might make you
With-
feel better
with
about
your
your
one
current
eye.
circumstance.
Watch it with your one healthy eye.
Oh my God, with your one, yeah. Well, dude, you should watch it. It's hilarious. The shit that happens to this poor girl when she gets into the bathroom to deal with this eyelash
Oh my God.
is so over the top and funny.
Oh, it's funny.
It really is more
Dark humor.
fun. Yeah, it's more dark humor than it is like, I'm not going to be disturbed at the end of this.
Oh,
it's
okay.
definitely more of a comedy.
Okay.
Like a cartoon. It gave me Ren and Stimpy vibes.
Oh, really? That's what I was thinking of seeing this little still shot.
in the terms of like
The
how they
animation.
animate
Yeah.
like, I don't know if you remember, but in Ren and Stimpy, the way that they animated like body,
Yeah, they would close
gross
up and they'd be paintings.
There was a lot of that in this, and it was
Okay.
really cool. Yeah. Anyway, so check
That's
it
cool.
out.
I'm looking forward to checking that out.
It's called Buzzkill.
And where can you watch it?
You can watch it. I believe I saw it on YouTube.
Okay.
But just look up Buzzkill.
And shout out Fangoria for that cool story.
I know they have the best. That's why I read them so much, because
Yeah.
it's like this is my lifeline for all things horror, which you know I'm obsessed with.
We gotta get Jason back on and tell us cool stuff.
Yeah, we really do. And his girlfriend, wife,
Yeah,
fiance.
listen.
Yeah, she's awesome. Okay, moving along. I thought this was fun.
What is it?
All the fall movie previews for 2023.
Oh.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff coming out this fall, you guys.
Dude, I'm hyped.
I know. So
But
I don't want to
good
go
stuff
over
or
all of
just-
these because
no.
there's like 40 of them in the article, but I wanted to
that's
touch
fine.
on the ones that I'm really
Yeah,
stoked
what
on.
are the Gabby's picks?
Okay, let's.
I call it Gabby's top picks.
So The Nun 2 is coming out September 8th, which I love the Conjuring universe. You and I both watched the Conjuring
all of them.
a lot, and we love them. I was really stoked for The Nun.
The last Conjuring was not my favorite.
Oh, The Devil Made Me Do It.
Yeah, that was not.
It was okay, but it wasn't my favorite. But I was really stoked when they announced that they were going to do The Nun as a spinoff,
creepy.
and then the first Nun.
That trailer was incredible too.
Yeah, but the first Nun movie was trash.
Yeah, not good. Not a good movie.
It was the biggest hunk of trash.
Yeah, it was
and
bad.
I swore to God I would never fall for that shit again. But here we go with The Nun 2.
Fool me 8 or more times.
And I don't know. This is one of those. I don't
I'm down to
know
watch it.
if I should watch it in theaters or if I should just wait for streaming. Like, I don't know.
That I feel like we've been more interested in going to the theaters for horror, but this is one of those where I'm like,
Yeah, but this is a hard one because
the review's
I don't
gotta be
know if
good.
I care. Yeah, exactly. And I don't really know if that's going to be the case.
I will watch
I
it
don't know.
even if the reviews are bad at home.
Yes,
But
that
I will
is
go
true.
to the theater if the reviews are good.
Correct. So, September 8th. If you
Okay,
if you
September.
go to see it in the theaters, let me know.
And no reviews yet, right?
No,
It's
no
too soon.
reviews yet. I mean, at least I haven't bothered to look for any.
We'll be on Nun Watch.
Yeah. A Haunting in Venice comes out September 15th. I am really excited about this. I've talked about it before on the
Yeah.
stream. This is an Agatha Christie novel. It was actually a short story, a Halloween short story that Agatha Christie wrote about her character, Detective Poirot, who there's been multiple movies already of the remakes of Murder on the Orient Express, Death on the Nile. Like, all these movies are out. If you like Glass Onion or Knives Out, this is like this is the original inspiration for those films. Anyway, this is supposed to take place in a haunted mansion in Venice, and I'm here for it.
I gotta tell
I'm
you,
ready.
the trailer looked way creepier than I would expect a movie like this to feel.
Same.
And I mean that in a good way.
I'm ready. I love these films so very much. I've watched all of them so far. I love this guy who does Detective Poirot. I forget the name of the actor because I'm really bad about it. But
What's
anyway,
his name? Michael Jenkins.
after the controversies that came from Kenneth Branagh's last turn as
Oh,
Hercule.
it's Kenneth Branagh?
Branagh. Yeah.
Oh, he's also a director. He directed the first Thor movie.
Well, he plays Detective Poirot. But anyway,
And it's controversial?
I don't know
That's
why.
fake.
I don't pay attention to that shit.
There cannot be an ounce of
I
controversy in this
don't
movie.
know.
It looks so chill.
Let's keep going through this list.
Kenneth
hold on.
Branagh.
What is it? How do you say it?
Kenneth Branagh.
There's a sci-fi movie called The Creator that's coming out on September 29th that I'm
This is
also kind of
interesting.
interested in.
This one's interesting for me because this one is giving me Neil Blomkamp vibes
A little, right?
in a good way and in a not good way. And what I mean by that is District 9 is one of my favorite movies of all time, full stop. Full stop.
Yeah, it was a great film.
The rest of the Neil Blomkamp movies I like to varying degrees. Some of them I don't like that much. But in general, nothing has lived up to District 9, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And except I like his little shorts that he did on YouTube under
those
the
are
Oat
cool.
Studio.
Oats, yeah.
But this trailer looks insane.
Yeah.
And it has such a Neil Blomkamp vibe, but it also gives me the same feeling that Neil Blomkamp stuff gives me now, which is like, I don't know. We'll see. Like he just, not to derail totally, but he just came out with Gran Turismo, which I'm sure is a
Oh
fine
my
movie.
God, yeah, that's right.
But I didn't even know that was blind.
By the way, the people from Gran Turismo movie are claiming that they made more in the box office than Barbie, and
No, they did not.
they are claiming it, dude.
That's just a fun thing to say.
I guess. But what was I going to tell you? John says Kenneth Branagh is Gilderoy Lockhart from Harry Potter.
Oh.
He's like, how do you forget him? Honestly, he looks so old as Poirot that I never would have made that connection on my own. So thank you. But
Gabby also doesn't
I
recognize
always-
faces.
Well, I always
Every
tell
morning
people
she
that
sees
my
Wonton. She was like, "Hey, Peter, how
who
are
the
you?"
hell is that? No, I always tell people that I have approximate knowledge of pop culture. So like, I kind of know who people are, but I could never get their names right or remember where they're from. Anyway, whatever. The point is, this looks really good.
Yeah,
I think it could be fun.
I'm down to watch that for sure.
I'd be down to watch this one too. Saw 10 is coming out September 29th. I have only seen one Saw.
That's funny. That's right. Gabby only saw Saw for the first time recently.
Last year. And it's because I'm not one of like, I think every person who likes horror, or most people who like horror films, have one or two genres or subgenres within horror that they're like, that's not my thing.
That's not for me.
And mine happens to be torture porn.
I am the same with you there.
And Saw just screams torture porn.
It wasn't though, was it?
Well, the first one I think would have been considered that
at the time.
But now when you watch it, you're like, oh, this is so
chill.
But I just haven't felt like any, because that's not my genre or my subgenre, I haven't felt necessarily inspired to watch more. I don't know.
I've seen a bunch of them, and when the first one came out, I loved it. Like, wow, this is so crazy. I put everything in before Walking Dead and after Walking Dead when it comes to horror and what they'll show on screen.
Yeah,
like Walking
exactly.
Dead, for people who don't know or don't remember, when Walking Dead came out, dude, I was like, holy crap, they're showing this on TV?
That's true.
Because before that was not the norm, dude. I'm sorry, it just wasn't. That was like reserved for Romero films, or stuff like that.
Yeah, look, Christopher Brummel, Hostel, and all the Human Centipede, Hostel, like no friggin' thank you.
I've seen them all, and those movies bummed me out. Like all those movies bummed me out. But Saw is actually like way more of a story than either of those other franchises.
It's true.
The first one has a really good, at the time, it was like a really good twist.
Yeah.
It's just that the rest of the movies always struggled to like live up to it. There's good stuff that happens in the other movies. It's fun, entertaining, but it definitely becomes way more about like, how do I kill this person, or how do I make this gross, or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Anyway, well, whatever. I'm down to watch like Saw 2 this year.
Yeah.
I'll slowly, a decade from now, I'll be still catching up with this fucking series. But anyway, it comes out September 29th, so we're probably not going to go see it in the theaters, but if you do, please let us know how you felt about it. Let's keep going.
Any hardcore Saw fans in the
There's
chat?
a few people who have seen them but are kind of on the same page as us, that they're like, I guess whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, The Exorcist Believer comes out October 13th. Again, we've talked about this one. This is David Gordon Green.
Yeah.
He did all the new Halloween, so it kind of gives me like faith, because the new Halloween films are awesome.
Although you didn't like Ends.
I didn't like it's not that I didn't like it as a film. Like, I thought it was done very well.
Okay.
It's just that I didn't like the plot.
The story choice.
Yeah, like I wanted something different, but I respect what they did.
Okay, cool.
There wasn't.
I'm with you. I like Ends more than you did, but overall, I love all three of the films in terms of like how they look, how they sound, how they feel, and all that kind of stuff. So I'm optimistic. I'm not in love with the trailer for this movie. Is my only beef.
Yeah,
we talked about it.
I know, but I think it looks awesome, and I'm really excited to see it. I mean, I'm a huge fan of The Exorcist.
I'll go see it. I'll go see it in the theaters.
This one looks interesting. The Anatomy of a Fall. That one also comes out October 13th. This one's more of like a thriller. It's a story about a woman who is like proving her innocence in the suspicious death of her husband.
Proving her innocence in the suspicious death of her husband. Okay.
Like one of those, like, I don't know how my husband died, but you know what I mean? And there could be a lot of different stories about how he died, and who was involved. Was she involved? Does she not remember being involved? Like all that kind of stuff. It's kind of like a crime thriller, one of those. I like these types of films. I think they're cool it's a different take on spooky, right? It's a different take on the horror genre. Not that it's really horror, but well, whatever. Moving along, there was another one here that I wanted to show you. There it is. Five Nights at Freddy's comes out October 27th. There's a new trailer for the film that just dropped, like, I don't know, or a little earlier today. It looks fantastic. I am so stoked for this film. It just looks fun. Like it, if you're okay, look, Five Nights at Freddy's is a fucking iPhone game. You know what I mean? Like, for them to take that and turn it into a feature-length film is kind of a feat in and of itself, but to make it look good and to make it look like, oh, I'm going to have fun watching this, that's a lot. So
Yeah, they don't have to do a lot for me to be happy about this movie. They just have to kind of like do it campy and funny and some good jump scares.
Yeah.
We watched that Nicolas Cage movie. I can never remember what
yes,
it's called.
something Wonderland or
Yeah, Willy's Wonderland.
yeah, something like that.
And the whole time we were watching it, we're like, oh, this is pretty much like a demo for Five Nights at
Pretty
Freddy's.
much when we watched it, we're like, oh, is this the Five Nights at Freddy's film? Because
Yeah.
that had already been announced by then.
Yeah.
But
So if they can get like something like that going in the sense that you like the characters, there's some good kills, good jump scares, you know, and don't shy away from the silliness of it too. You know?
John says FNAF will never beat Willy's Wonderland, and yes, I know the latter inspired the former. Don't knock it until it's out yet, though. Like let's wait and see. And I think that they're going to be two sides of the same coin. Like on one side, you get the ridiculous Nicolas Cage version of almost anything that he's in, which is like it's its own genre at this point. Is Nicolas Cage
But
films?
I agree
But
with the
then you're
comment,
gonna get FNAF. You know, that's gonna be a different thing.
I agree with the comment though that unfortunately the bar has been set. I don't think it's that high.
Yeah,
But
but
if
it's
they
gonna.
don't
there's
hit it,
no
that would be
way.
a bummer.
But right. But there's. I think what made Willy's Wonderland so special is Nicolas Cage. Like it's his performance, it's his character, it's his way of approaching these things.
Although
you're
he didn't
never
talk
gonna do
one
that.
time in the whole movie.
Yeah, but he's just such a over the top actor
it was
that like
good.
how and just like the whole vibe around him and everything about who Nicolas Cage is
But don't
makes
they
it what
have
it
like
is.
a decent cast or something? I can't
Yeah, they
remember who.
do. But
that
that
kid
but
from what's his name?
it's,
Like
I know PETA from fucking Hunger Games. I don't know what his actual name is. PETA. But the point is, I don't think it's fair to match them up.
I know, but I can't help it.
Well, then sucks for you.
I can't help it.
I'm just saying.
It has to be that good.
It's I don't know what to tell you.
It has to be.
I'm sure they're gonna try.
All right, I'm gonna.
Let
I
me
think
see.
I'm close. I'm then ready to print the.
Oh yeah, well print. I'll keep going until you tell me. Oh, the Marvels. Marvels comes out November 10th.
I heard this the shortest Marvel movie ever. I saw that
yes.
in
I
passing
haven't
today.
seen anything about that yet.
I don't know if that really matters.
It doesn't
but-
say anything about that in the. I am excited for this, although my expectations for all Marvel things have been dropped
Dude,
almost to ground
unfortunately,
floor.
I'm with
So
you.
who knows if it's going to be any good or if it's just going to be another,
I really liked
Captain
Miss
Marvel.
Marvel a lot.
I love the series. Yeah.
and I love the character from WandaVision. Now I can't remember her name. Spectrum.
Yeah.
But those two are in the movie, and I didn't hate Captain Marvel movie. I just didn't really care about it after the fact. So I'm just a little. I'm optimistic that those parts of it that I like will be good, but I'm not going in there hyped.
Yeah.
That's another one that the reviews got to be good.
Yeah. Josh Hutcherson is the name of PETA. PETA. Speaking of PETA, The Hunger Games: The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes is coming out November 17th, which I'm actually kind of
Are you a
interested
fan
to
of
see.
that
I liked
franchise?
it. I think it was a cool. I mean, now it,
Did you
it
read the
feels
books?
no.
Okay.
Now it feels a little like old in the tooth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was really like cool and gritty and dark and fucked up when it came out, but now it's like again in a post Walking Dead world, it just doesn't hit the same.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say.
No, I'm with you. Well, when those movies were coming out, I really liked the first. I liked them at first because part of it was just that it reminded me of that film Battle Royale, which is clearly an inspiration, if not the greatest coincidence of all time. If you haven't seen that movie, it's
Oh my
crazy.
god, that's
Go
like
check
the original
But I
fucked
also-
up teenage
Yeah.
movie.
But I'm always a sucker for any like, government oppression in the dystopian future, and the people have to rise up and all that kind of stuff. And so when the Hunger Games was basically being marketed as the next thing on the palette for people who liked Twilight, is what it felt like to me.
Kinda. It was the same. It was the
nothing to
same
do with
age.
each other. Yes.
No, it was just the same age. It's all YA
Right.
stuff.
And I'm
but
like-
again, like we weren't YA when it came out.
No.
And in my YA days is when I saw Battle Royale.
Okay.
And so when this came out, I'm like, did you just give me an American sci-fi version of Battle Royale? Because if so, you fucked up. Because you'll never do it as good
Yeah,
as
well,
that.
what I liked is that it was basically the culture moving in a sense that, like, instead of just sparkling vampires, here's like something with you know,
A little more grit.
a little more depth,
A little
to
more
it.
like real world kind of consequences.
So I enjoyed it for what it was.
I liked it.
I enjoyed it for what it was.
I'm not going to shit on it.
No, all right, here we go. I'm gonna
Are you
get
ready
the,
to print?
I'm gonna pull this boy
Okay,
off. He's good.
okay. Hold on.
Ready?
Hold on. Give me a second. Let me give you
GAMERA is really neat.
All right. here we go.
GAMERA is filled with meat.
Ew.
I love GAMERA, dude.
And lay it out. Come on and show the people. There we go. I was just waiting for a good shot to give you that.
I always forget that that's there waiting, that little cool sound. I love GAMERA, dude. GAMERA alone, to me, is like GAMERA is like my favorite kaiju design.
Yeah.
So maybe second to Takuro, but GAMERA was a big influence. That fang, that big upward fang. That's why I gave Takuro those little upward fangs, a little smaller, but what a good dude.
We love him.
And if you've
Although
never-
I love his arch nemesis more.
Wait, Giron?
Yes.
He's one of the greatest.
Yes. This was so when Peter and I first started dating and going to cons together, this was one of the first like action figures that he bought with his money from the con.
Yes.
And I'm like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen.
It's so funny. You just unlocked that memory. I forgot about
Remember,
it.
it was a tiny one too. And we ended up giving it away to somebody when you got that big one. But I just remember seeing it and I was, because, you know, GAMERA looks like a kaiju, like a Godzilla or whatever. But Giron literally is a knife. A guy on all fours with a knife head costume.
It's so fun.
It is the most bizarre shit I've ever seen. In fact, you should do a block of Giron.
I would do a Giron. Yeah, look, just have his like little head.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, that's so funny because there was a time where we were just, you know, I was making much less money on art sales, and when we would do conventions, they suddenly started to tick up the sales. And when it started to get really good, I'm like, oh, I'm going to treat myself to a figure. Because I had nothing. My collection was nothing back then when we first started dating.
We had
remember?
Well, it wasn't nothing, but it was like
anything.
It was very pared down.
Right when I started dating you, I had just gotten.
We had a few things in the bedroom. Like I think we had a big GAMERA, we had a big Godzilla. Remember up on that ledge?
Yeah, but there were like. Those are the Ninja Turtle figures, the big kid robot. Ninja
No,
Turtle?
those were in the office. No, I'm talking. You had like I don't even know if you still have that Godzilla, but you had put it up on this.
Oh,
ledge.
it was a piggy bank that I spray painted black. That was like $20.
Oh, that was the GAMERA one.
Yeah.
But there was a Godzilla.
What is it? Those were
but
cheapy
he
figures.
maybe had like in total 10 Godzilla figurines.
And that was all my collection of everything. Like I didn't have anything else because I had I had purged so many times my collection to support the business. So yeah. And now we're surrounded by fun guys.
And now I can't get rid of them. By the way, some people are saying Godzilla -1 in December. Yes, but I was only going over the fall movies.
Super hype.
So.
But there you go, guys.
But we are hyped about it.
I'm super hyped that we finally got to GAMERA. I love GAMERA Guardian of the Universe. If you haven't seen, by the way, any GAMERA movies, a bunch of them are free on YouTube, but I strongly recommend the 90s trilogy and technically quadrilogy if you count GAMERA the Brave, which I love. In fact, if you want to watch one GAMERA movie, the most accessible one, in my opinion, that actually feels like an Amblin film, is GAMERA the Brave, and it's all free on YouTube.
Oh.
Yeah, you should check it out. It's like you don't need to know anything. It's kind of like a reboot or a requel, whatever it is, and it's got great characters. The humans are awesome. It's like all kids that find the little turtle egg. And strong recommend. That might be one we could watch together on a stream.
On a stream,
one day. Yeah.
And this is one of the prints that is going to be available through the giveaway that we host at the end of September. So if you're waiting or if you're trying to get one of these, you want to enter for your chance, all you have to do is join our Patreon in the month of September. And you will be entered for a chance to win.
Yeah, so we should be specific about that. So you get 4. We're gonna do 4 giveaways.
We'll do 4 giveaways
per month. One for every week, but we're not gonna do them weekly. We're gonna do them all at once.
All at once in 1 month, and then you'll be able to choose which one you want to get of the ones that we're raffling that month.
Yes, yeah, it'll be like whoever gets first picks and yada yada yada.
Because we will be retiring.
Yes.
Some of these as we go along. So like if you want to have your pick of the ones that were made, like make sure that you join within that month because it will only be open to the people who are subscribed as of like the beginning of the month or whatever, like up until the day of the thing.
You subscribe, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
As
up
long
until
as
the
you're-
day, up
yes,
until the day. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. But yeah, it'll work out. If you have questions, obviously you can reach out
Yes.
to us through Instagram. You can email me, Gabby@attackpeter.ink. And yeah, I think that's about it, right?
Yeah,
I think we've covered the basics.
Yeah, we'll figure. We're gonna be able to. I think it's gonna be super fun.
Yeah,
especially
and
how it hangs.
the first stream is going to be Sunday.
Sunday night.
Yes, this
Sunday
Sunday night we're going to be watching something. We'll post it on the Patreon as a post to let you guys know what we're going to be watching at what time.
I recommend people download the Patreon app.
Yes.
On your phones,
Especially if you signed up as a member.
Yeah,
get the app.
Yeah, because that's one of the easiest ways to like experience Patreon. I'm a patron for a few things, and everything's there. You can see the post, you can see the feed. It's way streamlined, and we are gonna post the details for Sunday night. But I'm thinking 7:30.
Yeah,
Sunday
let's see.
night.
Potentially, we'll workshop that time. Christopher
plan
wants
for
to know if
7:30.
you signed up today, does that still count for the giveaway? Yes, because I'm not
Yes.
going to run a giveaway tomorrow because we
No.
just published today.
Sunday night we'll do a secret giveaway just to reward everybody who signed up.
Signed up early.
And then the
That's nice
official
of you.
one will start at the end of September, like you said.
Exactly. The official one will go to September. So as long as you're signed up, I know you signed up now, but that should take you through the end of September. If you have to renew, it's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, you might have to renew to just get the link to the giveaway.
Yeah, you'll have to be auto renew or something.
Yeah,
like it's
exactly.
a subscription. It like
Right,
with mine,
it
it
is
just
a
auto
subscription.
renews.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't even think about it.
In that case, yes. Just as long as you're signed up in the month of September or August 30th, 31st, we'll count that as well.
And thank you guys again so much for signing up. I promise, as we learn the Patreon system
We're going to
together,
make it way more fun.
Yes.
We're going to make it so that you are dying to be there. And
Yeah.
we're going to make it affordable for those of you who don't have a lot of cash to spend, but still want to be part of the fun.
and then we'll figure out ways to like reward people who want to go nuts.
For sure. For sure.
All right, you guys.
Okay. Well, I think that's about it, right?
Yeah, and by the way, it's perfect timing. Go watch. Let's send everybody over to Ryan Dole's stream, Gotham City tonight.
Oh, let me put the link in the chat.
Put the link in the chat
Hold
because
on.
it's just starting right now.
Gotham
City.
City tonight. Hold on. I'm going to put the link in the chat. Hold on. Everybody relax. Okay. Here we go. And the link is in the chat.
There you go. So everybody go over there if you can. If you got 5 minutes, even if you can't stay for the whole stream, all of us showing up over there just to say what's up really does help out the channel. And just just say that print crew, and then watch as long as you want, or peace out, all good. But Ryan's a good dude.
Yeah, he is.
All right, you guys.
All right, guys.
We'll see
we
you
love
later.
you. Thank
We
you
love
so
you very much.
We'll
You'll-
hope to see some of you on Sunday. Yeah.
Sunday.
Wait.
Yes. All right, love you
All
guys.
right. Bye.
Bye.